Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the Fadeaway. Today, I have two guests, Tad and Justin. I'll introduce them in a second, but some housekeeping as always. Remember that the trade deadline is coming up. Last time I checked, it was in 5 days ish, so I believe that's January 9th. At the end of this week. So if you need to make trades, remember the Discord's always open. You can talk in there, etc., etc. I know there's some teams that are basically trying to make big waves. So playoffs are in 4 weeks, so everyone has the time to do that. And then also, a new edition of the Step Back is coming very soon, so be on the lookout for that. Gerard's working on that, and I don't know the date he's looking for, but should come out like maybe next week or so. But yeah, as always, I am your host, the handsome Ghanaian devil himself, Freddie. And I have two guests with me. The first guest is Tad. Tad, if you would introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Tad. I'm not Ghanaian. I'm Filipino. Pinoy
Hey,
pride.
hey.
uh, yeah,
All right.
I'm part of Step Tad's clubhouse.
Yep. And we got Justin as well.
Hey everyone, Freddie picked some really old photos for
Yeah, I had to go
this
through
live.
Facebook.
I don't think I looked at that anymore.
I was like, fuck it, I don't even know. I just went
But
through
hey,
both of y'all's Facebook.
no, you're good. What's up? It's team dinner time. I'm here to eat. How y'all doing?
Factual. Factual.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so notable Discord comments.
Oh, Freddie, can you share your screen so I can see it? You're
Uh,
doing it.
hold on. My cam even froze. Keeps on happening like that. Oop. Yeah. See that.
Or it's okay. I can pull up the slides.
A little bit of a pause, but still. So notable Discord comments, right? So Isaac was talking about penis injuries because Devin Booker had a penis strain, but basically he was out for like 4 weeks with a groin strain. I think the Suns are still kind of dealing with that. Um, Apparently Blake Griffin looks like an NPC. I saw his photo and it looked really animated, but I think he's just a ginger with no soul. And then Cody was talking about the step back version, the step back edition last time when Gerard and I think David put out power rankings. How y'all feel like those power rankings were, and do you guys feel like those power rankings are like still kind of holding up to today?
I mean, okay. Are the standings next, Freddie? You
Yeah,
want to
the
pull up?
standings are
Yeah.
next.
All
Okay,
right.
let's
So
just go
maybe
to the
I'll,
standings.
I'll I'll reserve my comment.
Yeah, so the standings are there. So currently, at the top we have Daniel Wu, who's at the top, and then right below him is Kyle Tran, with the Seattle Hardens. Then to me, Saul Goodman, and then the list goes on and on. My two guests, Tad currently is in 16th place, with notable players that he has are James Harden and Chris Paul. Chris Paul was injured, and I remember Tad was about to trade James Harden, but then he got injured for a little bit. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that was the craziest series of events. And also, Justin is 11th with notable players Draymond Green, Darius Garland, who I believe is injured right now, and Mikal Bridges. So I guess with Justin, we'll start with you. Like, how do you feel about your placing? Where do you think things went well for you, went wrong for you, and how do you see the rest of the season planning out for you?
For sure. So first off, I just want to say, Tad, Terry Rozier is some hot ass, by the way, right now. So
Bro. Oh, you're
uh,
right. You're
just
right,
saying,
right. I dodged it.
No, bro, I saw him. I saw him play in person. That man's not pushing P.
right.
Yeah, pushing P.
I'm just saying. Um,
Yikes.
but I think things have been going okay. Obviously, the elephant in the room, Cat got injured. Really kind of messed me up for a couple of weeks because he was just sitting on my bench and I wasn't doing much with him. So I think once I was like three and something, I was like, screw it, let me just trade him. So I traded him for Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes I wasn't too ecstatic about him when I traded for him. So I shipped him off for Sengun recently, who I think has the potential to be really good in a couple of weeks. Looking at the rest of the season, though, I'm playing David this week, and then I think which one's who's 8-2 right now? There's a team that's 8-2. I'm playing that team next week as well, or the week after,
Is it
and then I'm gonna be
Saul Goodman?
playing. Yeah, and then I'll be playing Chimerica Triggers. I'll be playing your brother.
Yeah.
So honestly, I feel like I have a decent shot at making the playoffs. If I can squeak out a win against David this week, might be tough without Darius Garland, but if I can squeak out a win against David, I think I've got your brother in the bag, and then we'll see what goes on with.
Bro, he just be forgetting to set his lineup, bro. It's so
I
sad.
mean, yeah, Kate is also out, so
Yeah, yeah,
that's tough for him definitely.
yeah. All right, Tad. What about you, bro? How you feeling about the season?
You know, James Harden was injured for the most part. I was losing a bunch of my matchups, and then I did trade out what's his name, the guy in the Bulls.
DeMar
Uh,
DeRozan?
oh yeah, DeRozan. Yeah, I trade out for Valanciunas and Will Barton. Will Barton's actually some booty cheeks. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why you traded for him, bro.
I don't know.
Oh
He
shit.
looked promising, but he old and I don't know. He's straight potato chips, but you know what I'm saying. But Jonas ain't that bad. He gave me rebounds, and I don't really have a good center. So
He'll be good when since Zion's out, so I'm sure you'll be
true,
getting some more
true.
value from
That's
him.
pretty recent too. So yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
good.
But your matchups for the rest of the season, Team Peng, then you got Justin, then you got David Ruiz with New York Big Booty Boy. Then then you got the Barn House. I think the Barn House. Who's that again?
That's Isaac.
Yep. I forget that people keep changing their names and whatnot. So
Oh, I forgot I played Tad. That's why I was also gonna say I feel like I'm in a good spot because
Hey yo.
I could be Tad and I could be your
Well-
brother.
well-
I could be David.
I will say Tad did squeak out a win against me. So
Yeah, I beat Freddie that other week last week or something. I was like, yo, how did I win this?
I don't know what the fuck happened, but he beat me, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, but yeah, with that said, I think it's still like kind of anyone's like year, because even like Isaac, who won last year, he's sitting at 12, like just below you. So yeah, and I think there's been only 4 ties so far this season, which is kind of rare, because last season I remember everybody was like cleanly beating each other. It wasn't too many ties.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll move on to the next segment. So I got a new segment for y'all. It's called Who is Who. So basically, I want you guys to kind of think about like the personalities of each GM that we've been we've encountered. You guys know a little bit about everybody just from interacting in the Discord with each other, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe you had one guy trying to fleece you. Who knows, right? But like according to these NBA players, who do you feel like is the GM equivalent? And first, we'll start with Mr. All Bark No Bite, Patrick Beverly. Tad, who do you think this one goes to?
Bro, you already know Ramos. He always barks. He talks all that good, but you know, he ain't got no bite. As far as right now, I don't know if he's gonna pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, Ramos right now he's sitting at 6-5, so it's actually middle of the pack, which is kind of crazy because he's always talking a lot of shit. What about you, Justin? Who you got?
I'm at the risk of jinxing my matchup this week. I'm gonna go David.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take David. He ranked himself number 1 on his power rankings. It could just be because he was the author and he was following the trend, but 1's way too high. I mean, I'm up against him this week, and my schedule's fucked, and I'm missing Darius Garland. So if I can squeak out a win against David, y'all really know that he's all bark and no bite.
I'm gonna have to go David with you too, because as soon as he put out the power rankings, I whooped his ass that week. And I was like, bro, you can't be talking all this shit and then lose. Like, he put me at number 9, missing the playoffs and everything like that. With as much matchups as there are now, I think I'm still like in the racing. I'm in the race for playoffs. I don't think I could. I don't think if I lose every single matchup now, I'm out. But like my schedule is not looking too bad. But like, yeah, I mean like a close second is Gerard for sure. But like,
Yeah, that's
yeah, I think everyone feels that way. But yeah. All right, so next segment. Who do you guys feel is the silent assassin? And meaning like the person who it's like you just never hear from them, but they're just kicking everyone's ass. I'll let you start off this one, Justin.
Yeah, I've got two picks. The first one being obviously Jonathan Ma. You know, he started off the season really rough. I think he was like, what was he? Like not was he like was he 0-4? He was 0-4, right? Or he was 0-4 for the first 4 games of the season, and then he hasn't lost a matchup since. He's been making a bunch of good trades.
Yeah.
I thought that the Draymond for Claxton trade was a win-win, but honestly, I think Claxton is just playing like a monster this year, so I might have lost out on that one. And then obviously the DeRozan trade's been really good for him. So watch out for that team. And then my second pick will be Alvin, actually. Alvin, I thought would be a free win for me, but actually I barely squeaked out a tie against him. And then he just won against David Ruiz. So, I mean, yeah, just watch out for Alvin. You know, Melton's going off, Embiid's going off. If Middleton can get back on the court and play decently, I think that's a team. I don't think he can make the playoffs at this point, but can definitely mess up some other teams' playoff aspirations.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to agree with you on. Well, actually, it wouldn't be my pick in particular, but just going back with Jonathan, he was 0-4 to start the season. Now he's on a 7-game winning streak. I think that is the biggest winning streak in the league currently, which is actually kind of crazy because I mean, and most of these wins are pretty clean, except for the win against Tad and David, which were 5-4. But yeah, Tad, who do you got, bro?
Daniel Wu, because he doesn't really talk much in chat, but he's winning all his matchups.
Yeah.
And he got Luca too. Luca's popping off.
Bro, I am proud of Daniel because it was like last year. I remember everyone was sucking so much shit about him because he was like he was at the end of the league, like literally had like no wins. Like everybody was just like, damn you. And then everybody was just like, it's gonna be easy work this year for him. But like, I mean, ended up being first right now. He's been holding on to first for a minute. Mine is Saul Goodman or whoever, Carlo, because I've never heard that motherfucker speak at all, and I don't think he's ever made a trade. But for some reason, he's on top, and like he's like whooping people's asses, and he's always been like toward the top, like at least top 5 the whole season. And I squeaked out a win just barely against him, but he's a good ass team. Like I will give him his props. So next one. So I guess like thinking about all the people you've gone against, et cetera, like what team do you guys feel like if they were healthy, they'd probably be one of the best teams in the league? I'll let you start this one off, Justin.
This is a tough one.
A tough one.
I feel like, yeah, there's obviously, Anthony Davis is definitely hurting Winston a bunch. And sorry, can I call him Winston? I mean,
Mr. Ramos.
Mr. Ramos's team. He's been dealing with Anthony Davis. He's been dealing with Wendell Carter Jr.'s been out. Bam's been missing some time. So I definitely think that team's a little bit better than the 6-5 record indicates. So I think that might be my pick. And then, obviously Tad's team as well might have one more win if James Harden hadn't gone out.
Tad, what's yours? You
Uh,
gonna say your team?
yeah, my team, because James Harden was out for a bit. Chris Paul was out for a bit. I was like, dang, this is just like last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in general, though, like, I think with professional sports, man, they just gotta... I wish they just did a better job of just... I don't know. There's a lot of injuries that could be prevented or just at least I don't know. It's like they're putting the bodies on the line, and injuries are gonna happen. But at the same time, I just feel like sometimes it's like some of this shit, like for instance, like the closeout rule where somebody's like shooting, and then like you can't like go on, you can't like undercut them, or you have to give the shooter room to land. I'm pretty sure that eliminated a ton of injuries that were happening. So it's like I always do wonder going forward, how can I guess the NBA, et cetera, find better ways to keep the game fun, but at least reduce injuries. I mean, we see what happened in the NFL. Like they're having trouble with that for sure. Even like Sunday, I don't know if you guys saw the Buffalo Bills player. He just got hit in the chest too hard, and that happened. It was very unfortunate. So I do hope that going forward in terms of professional sports, they could just there's better ways to help injuries. But yeah, my pick for I think a team that if they were healthy, that'd be pretty good. I'm going with Jude's Dame's Curry Chicken. Like realistically, yeah, because Seth Curry was playing very well before he went down, and I'm pretty sure that shoulder injury. I don't know if it's for the whole season or what, but it's been quite a bit, and not having him. It's been since December 4th, but not having him is a huge blow to probably his team. He probably could have gotten a lot more wins, and he's barely like squeaking past like Jaren. And Jaren's not. I don't think he's been doing too well. Yeah, he's like 13th right now. So yeah, I mean, it's really just that Seth Curry on the bench because I've seen he's been like putting out players and called. He has 3 Denver players, which is weird. This guy loves his Nuggets, but yeah. All right. So our last segment is talk your shit. I'll let you start, Tad. Like, who do you want to call out? Who do you want to talk your shit to? Who do you feel like has been disrespecting you on the low that you need to address right now?
I don't talk ish, man. I just want to wish everyone a good luck for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? And let's have a fair and happy game.
That's so fucking boring. That's so fucking boring. All right, Justin, let's hope you got something better. Who you talking your shit to, bro?
I mean, I'm not going to call him out, but I definitely want to call him up. I definitely feel like Cody's team could be his record could be way better right now. I mean, he's got Donovan Mitchell, he's got Kyrie Irving, he's got John Collins, all of which have, are really great players. I think all of them are probably within the top 50. I feel like he's just not hunting the wire enough, not trying to make enough trades. I even traded him Kelly Oubre Jr., who was actually balling out recently until he got injured.
Yep.
So I think that team could be doing a lot better than it is. So Cody, come on, man, you can make the playoffs. I believe in you.
Yeah.
You got it.
And Kelly Oubre is a handsome man. You gotta do him.
He is.
He is.
Very handsome.
I
co-sided that a little too hard.
Want to call out? I need to call out Michael Bodu.
Damn.
Because back in the day when I was trading him Paolo, we were trying to do a trade around Paolo and Paul George. Mm-hmm. He sent me the trade, and he sent me, and I said, okay, I'm gonna think about it. And then I woke up and I saw that Paul George had a monster game. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a gentleman, and I'm gonna message Michael and be like, hey, Michael, you still want to do this? And he rescinded the trade before he even messaged me back. I was like, man, I should have just taken it. This man just canceled it before I even had a chance.
And Paulo's balling a little bit though.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about how I feel about the trade I made. Paulo and Brogdon for McCall has turned out. McCall, I think I realized, really sucks when Bridges is out because he shoots a lot and he doesn't make a lot when Booker's out.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and Bridges, again to note, he's having a career type season, like um, career high numbers all across the board in comparison to like last year. But
I
yeah,
just need
like
him to. But
yeah, I mean, like I guess one question for you guys, like in general, like what has been your strategy for like the season in terms of like I guess like building your team and like having pieces around there? Because mine has been like I look at whatever Jokic is doing. And what he's not doing, I go pick that up on the waivers. So it's been kind of working out for me to have such a, and I think it's a lot harder because like there's the top 20 players. I feel like there's a drop off after maybe about 10 in terms of like all those all around players. Like I feel like Giannis, you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Jokic, you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Luka, you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Maybe Darius Garland, I would say you get a little bit of everything. But then after that, it's kind of like you'll maybe have like, and then KD, sorry. But then like in terms of like maybe Kyrie, I don't know if his assist numbers are up or anything like that. But like those are like really good scorers, but like they don't offer as much in terms of fantasy value. I don't know how you guys feel about that take, but
Yeah, I agree. Like if you have like your star player and you just build your team around them based on what stats like they're dominant in, etc. Then
yeah,
you try to win in those categories, and then yeah.
yeah. Because I've been lucky. Like again, like I was looking at blocks. I was like, Jokic don't play defense, so I was like, all right, like who can I go to get some defensive presence from? Picked up Jackson Hayes. He's been doing pretty well. So stuff like that, and then I got Mobley, who's doing pretty well too. So that's been my strategy for this year. It's been working. I haven't made any trades. I was very tempted to, but I just didn't.
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the very common strategy, and I think it's something else everyone probably knows. But what I feel like I've at least has won me a couple of matchups is just keeping an eye on who gets injured and who to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, like back when Harden and Maxey were out, I grabbed Shake Milton off the waivers,
Mm,
and I think he won me. He won me a couple of weeks. I wasn't able to ship him off for anyone better, but
yeah,
at least he won me those weeks because he was really balling out.
yeah,
Um, and just pay attention as to who gets the minutes, right? Like I picked up Quentin Grimes a while ago because I saw him getting consistent minutes, even though he wasn't really scoring or doing much. And then now he's contributing in a lot of different categories.
yeah,
Um, I just keep an eye on the wire. If you
yeah.
check like the rosters, I think I only have 3 players I initially drafted on my team, which
Mm,
could be a good or bad thing. I don't know. Maybe next year I'll try a different approach,
yeah.
but we'll see.
I mean, y'all not like again. We have like what 4 more weeks. Like realistically, if you squeak out 4 wins, like I think like playoffs is very, very, very obtainable for you. Tad,
Um,
maybe on the bottom end, maybe, but it's one of those.
I need a miracle, you know.
Yeah. So I guess like I guess the last question I'll ask y'all, like if y'all could have done anything differently this season, what would it have been?
I think other than like my first 3 picks, I think I should have did better because I picked up Miles Bridges and I forgot that he had a case and he ended up being a wasted pick. So I need to do way more research in drafting for sure.
Oh man, I don't think he beat it either. It's just like
Yeah, I don't think so.
all right, Justin, what about
Oh
you?
my God. I just got a notification saying that Devin Vassal's going underneath a knee surgery.
Oh
Oh my
no.
gosh,
Oh, fuck.
that boy can ball. I
Man.
saw him. I saw him in it.
Well, okay. I'll say if I could have done something differently, um, I think I would have traded Claxton and Oubre for a little bit more value. Uh,
Mm,
I think I could have definitely gotten some more value out of them there. And then oh, I wouldn't have played Draymond Green that one week against Gerald because I lost turnovers because I played him.
oh,
I was like, shit, I'll just put him in for that. I lost that week. So
I remember week 2 or something like that. I was like up, and it was like I was up, and it was like 7 o'clock, and then like one of my players had a game at like 8. And then I took his ass out immediately because he was like, I was like, all right, I'm with it. Like, I'm about to, like, I remember because I was sitting on the couch. I was at Raina's place, and I was like sitting on the couch looking at my fantasy shit. And I was like, oh, bro, I gotta take this motherfucker out so quickly. So, yeah, it does matter, man. It does matter. Like if you realize those mid-week adjustments are so key. But, yeah, thank you guys for your time. And, I'll leave you guys with this. Remember, Westbrook is my GOAT, and he's actually having a pretty good season. Love the dude. And you guys stay safe. And Happy New Year, everybody.